Hello, how are you? I am back again, and today I thought I'd do a quick video on my pre-loved Chanel bag collection. I'm actually a little bit embarrassed of this video because I didn't actually realise how many Chanel bags I have and how many pre-loved Chanel bags I have. I have bought some Chanel bags in store, but actually I thought I didn't have this many Chanel bags, and actually I have more because the ones I bought in store. So yeah, apparently I've got a little bit of a problem. Who knew? Anyway, today I thought I'd show you the Chanel bags that I got pre-loved, where I got them from, how much I paid for them, how much I've used them, and if they turned out to be a good investment or not. So yeah, there's quite a lot to discuss in this video. I'll also try and tell you some of what I think are the best places to buy pre-loved Chanel bags, because obviously we have to be very, very, very careful. But yeah, hopefully it'll be a fun one. So I don't know where to start. Okay, I'm gonna start with this one because this is a bag that I've probably used the most of all my Chanel bags. It's between this one and my wallet on chain. I have used both of those two bags so much. This is a 1996 Deauville handbag. I absolutely love it. They still make this bag, but they make it a bit differently now. It has a short top handle strap, which is quite rigid, and then it has a long chain strap as well. I have the original version, which just has one strap, which has the leather across the top, chain at the base, and then yeah, it's just a simple tote bag. It's made of a grey coloured canvas. It is so handy, it is perfect. I use it all the time. It's good in the winter, good in the summer, fits a laptop in. It's actually quite lightweight as well. A lot of Chanel bags are actually quite heavy, and I find this one really good. It's just kind of it's easy, do you know what I mean? It's just really easy. I never feel like it's too dressed up, but I never also feel like it's too casual. I'm just kind of happy with it. It's quite worn in. It was cleaner when I got it, and I have used it a lot, but I still think it looks just like a really nice, cool bag. I bought it from Vintage Heirloom, which no longer exists. The founder of Vintage Heirloom now works at Luxury Promise. I don't know if you've ever heard of Luxury Promise, but they have incredible Chanel bags, all authentic, of course. And I think I paid about 1,100 for it, which what an incredible price. Do you know what I mean? What an incredible price, what a bargain. Yeah, incredible. I love this bag. I've used it so much. I feel like if I resold it tomorrow, I'd get more than that money for it, and I've used it so much. Over the years, I have actually used it so much that I did need to get a small repair done to one of the eyelets, and Chanel did it for me. It cost £55, which I thought was incredible. Yeah, they basically replaced, I think, both eyelets on the front, or maybe the eyelets on the back as well. I don't know. I think they might have done all four so that they matched. But yeah, they charged me £55, which I thought was really good. And I think they said that because my bag was less than 25 years old, that they could do it. That's incredible. They basically will repair everything they can. Even if you didn't buy it from them, which I didn't, and even if it's really old, like mine, which is a 1996 bag, they still fixed it for me, and I thought the price was really reasonable as well. So I was really pleased. But yeah, that is my first one. I love this bag. I use it all the time. 1,100, so good. Also, I'll put the link below for Luxury Promise. The next one I have is this one. This one is so cute. This is probably my most recent addition to my Chanel collection. It's a little, I want to say late 90s bag. It's kind of like a little shoulder bag. I love the leather strap. I just think it's really cute. It's, yeah, kind of quite office girly. I think it's really sweet. I got this from Bonham's Auctions, which is like a Bonham's auction house, which you probably know of. So good. I got this in, I think, August 2020. So it was I think it was their first virtual auction. I think it was that period of lockdown where everybody was a bit oh, what do I do? Will I lose my job? Do I have any money? Oh my God. And it was probably the best time to have bought a luxury handbag, because I don't think many people were buying handbags at that time. So I think I probably got it a little bit cheaper than I would have done if I'd bought it 6 months later. So I paid, this is amazing, I paid, I think, just under £1,000. It was like £998, which I thought was incredible. Like, that's such a good price. Yeah, it's like a kind of a small to mid-size handbag. It's definitely bigger than the wallet on chain. I would say it's probably around the same size as the classic flat bag. It's got a back slip pocket, it's got 2 little eyelets here, it's in great condition. It's got, yeah, the authenticity card inside. It's just a great handbag, and £1,000 was an absolute steal. So that's incredible. Yeah, just a really cute little shoulder bag. I think at some point my sister is probably going to buy this bag off me. So I don't really use this bag very often, because I'm quite aware that, like, it's my bag right now, but my sister loves this bag, like, so much, and she's desperate to buy it off me. So I'm kind of just looking after it. So I don't really tend to use it, because I just feel like it's waiting for her. Do you know what I mean? But for now, it's mine. So yeah, this was £1,000 from Bonhams Auctions. Again, I will put the link below. I think they have another sale coming up. I want to say in a month. I'm gonna be there. I'll be there, even if it's just online. I will be there, because their auctions are incredible. Okay, next one. I'm gonna do this one really quickly. This is one that I bought, God, probably about 8 years ago on eBay, which I wouldn't normally do. I wouldn't normally advise you to do, but I knew this was real. Like, I knew it was real. I knew it was real, and it is real. But I wouldn't recommend shopping for a Chanel bag on eBay, because there are fakes, there are super fakes. Like, it's a big thing. You could get burnt. And if you do shop on eBay for a Chanel bag, I would get it authenticated pretty quickly, so that you can return it, basically. But basically, this one was super cheap. It was like £200. However, one thing I will say is it was beige when I got it, and it also was like in really bad condition. So basically, I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna try it. And I was like, I'm gonna see, like, if I use it in the beige, and if not, I'll get it colour changed. I didn't really use it in the beige because it's beige. And then I got it colour changed. And then I did use it, but not many times, because I don't think the colour change worked well. I know people think that colour change is like the best thing in the world, but I'm kind of glad I got this bag almost as an experiment, because I would never colour change a Chanel bag again. So it was kind of like a weird, expensive experiment for me in a weird way. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, you can see that the original beige colour is showing through on the straps. Yeah, here, where there's basically the most wear and tear, there's a little scratch here. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they painted it or dyed it, but whatever it is, I don't think it's worked that well. And it's quite good, because I'm glad that I know that for me a colour change isn't that good. I could probably resell this as like a colour changed Chanel bag and actually probably get okay money for it, like probably more than I paid for it. But yeah, it was kind of like a weird thing where it was like, this is so cheap. And I thought I'd try it, and I thought I'd see if I wore it in the beige, and then I was like, I'll get it changed to black, and then I did wear it in black. But I think the dye just really, it didn't last. So anyway, that is my next one. But it's a cute bag, like, it's really sweet. And I think this is a 1980s Chanel, just so you know. But very cheap, like, seriously, like £200 for a Chanel bag, and that's like nothing. Anyway, next one I got from Chiswick Auctions. So I love buying, God, I should have padded this bag. Let me put something in it to pad it. It's looking a bit flat. Maybe I didn't stuff this well enough when I moved. That's really bad of me. Literally, when I moved house, I packed up all my Chanel bags, and I don't think, I'm trying to like stuff it with like another handbag, and that's just a foolish thing to do. Anyway, what can I stuff this with? There's like no bubble wrap in my office. Oh well. Anyway, I'll just show it to you. Oh, it's actually fine. I think it was just the way it being like lying on the floor. So I got this one from Chiswick Auctions. They also have designer handbag and fashion sales probably about 3 times a year, maybe more, maybe less. I'm so sorry, I can't remember. I bought this one, gosh, when did I buy it? I want to say 3 or 4 years ago. It was the Chanel GST Grand Shopping Tote. I think I paid, with the auction fees, I think I paid about 1,600 for it. I haven't used it a huge amount, if I'm honest. I don't know why. I mean, I haven't used many bags in the last year anyway. So that kind of accounts for the last year. But I don't know why. I think maybe I just don't wear as much red as I thought I did. It's a really cool bag and I should wear it more. I kind of wish I'd bought it in the black colour. I did want it in black, and then I bid on the red one, and I was really surprised that I got it, and it is really, really, really cool. God, I should really use this more. It is really cool. I'm going to use this more. I've decided I'm going to use this. Anyway, it's a really good bag. My eyes have been open to it. But yeah, it's a great bag. It's really cool. It's in a really cool bright red shade. I don't know what I've been doing by not wearing it. It's a great bag. I think I paid 1,600 for it. I haven't had my money's worth because I don't use it that much, but I'm gonna start using it because it's a great bag. Yeah, I just really wanted this bag, and yeah, for some reason I haven't used it as much as I should have done, but I'm gonna change that. I am gonna fix that. So yeah, 1,600, I think that's a fairly reasonable price. I'd definitely get that for it if I resold it now, but I don't think it's gone up as much as other bags have, if that makes sense. But yeah, great bag, so cool. I still want a black version of it, if I'm brutally honest. One day, maybe, one day. Oh, and also this has silver hardware rather than the gold one. But yeah, it's a really good bag, in great condition. I have barely used it, as you know. But yeah, I think this was, yeah, a good buy. But I'm so dumb, I should have used it more. It's a really cool bag. I feel like a fool. Anyway, I'm glad that I did this video purely so I could rediscover this bag because it's great. Anyway, that's my next one. 1,600 from Chiswick Auctions, and yeah, my new favourite bag apparently. Anyway, next one is, God, this one is old now. I got this one just when I moved into my house in Margate, and it was like, I want to say that was 6 years ago, and it came from Vintage Heirloom, where I also got my Deauville bag from, and this was, no joke, I think £1,000, which I think is so good. Like, what a cracking investment. This was a 1999 Chanel reissue bag, and Karl Lagerfeld designed this because he wanted to make a classic Chanel handbag, but for a more modern woman, for the new millennium. And I really like this because it's like a kind of a boiled wool finish. It's got kind of like a kind of a check quilted kind of pattern, but it's not quilted. It's got the little turn locky thingy-mabob. It's fabric lined on the inside, and it's kind of a boiled wool kind of tweediness on the outside. It doesn't have a back slip pocket, and it's generally just a really soft floppy bag. Like, it's not heavily structured, and the reason for that is because usually Chanel bags are quite heavy and they're quite structured and they're quite solid and quite rigid, and when you use them they're like quite heavy to carry around. And this one was designed to be more kind of malleable and cuddly and soft and kind of mould more to your shape and be able to be worn under your arm and kind of fit around your body and your lifestyle and just be more streamlined and new and modern and comfortable for a more modern woman. So that's the kind of concept behind the bag, which I think is really cool. I do really like this bag. It doesn't scream Chanel, but I kind of like that about it. yeah, I've used it a lot. I think £1,000, like literally 6 years ago. Incredible price, like what a joy. I feel so lucky, and yeah, I love it. I've used it a lot. I don't know, it's just so comfortable and practical. It's everything Carl designed it to be. And yeah, I'm not normally attracted to the reissue bag. I'm kind of like a northern girl at heart. So I like my big C's, I like my bling, I like my branding, and this is kind of a lot more subtle. However, it is kind of like, if you know, you know. And yeah, I love it. I think it's really cool. I like the way it's lightweight. I like it more in the winter, obviously, than the summer, because it gets very hot in the summer, and it's like carrying around a wool teddy bear. So I don't need it in the summer, but the winter it's lovely, and it fits loads in, and it never gets too heavy. It's just really comfortable and practical, and you can wear it 2 different ways, obviously. And yeah, I just think it's lovely. It's a great bag, great investment. It's probably worth double, triple that now, which is wild. So that's my next one. I'm getting towards the end. I think this is my last one, and this, my friends, is pretty flash. I'm gonna put actually my reissue bag inside, because this is one that I definitely didn't pad when I moved. I don't think it really needed to be padded, because yeah, it didn't need to be kind of padded in the way that like the other ones need to be padded. But yeah, anyway, this is my final one, and it's pretty cool. I kind of think of this as like my absolutely fabulous Chanel handbag. It's not for everybody, I'm not gonna lie. It's not for everybody. I like it a lot, so don't judge me, but it's not for everybody. So anyway, this is it's called the Chanel Modern Chain Tote Bag. It is in an incredible electric blue. It's absolutely massive. It's really wide, and it's got a big base to it with feet, obviously. It's got this big chunky blue metallic and leather chain. It's absolutely bonkers. You know, like, it's an absolutely ridiculous handbag. The chain goes from the straps down on each side. It doesn't go to the bottom, but yeah, it's just a really cool, flashy, fabulous tote bag. I don't know when it was made. I want to say 90s, maybe early 2000s. I'm not sure. I got this, sorry, I should tell you where I got it from. I got it from either Chiswick or Bonham's Auctions. I can't remember which one it was. Could have been Chiswick. I got it, and I bid on it not thinking I would get it. I put my bid in like 24 hours ahead. I put my bid on for this, I put my bid on for a couple of other things. This was kind of a little bit of a whim, because I didn't put in a big bid and I didn't think I would get it. Anyway, I put in a bid for a few different things, didn't get any of the other things, got this, and got it for a steal as well. Like literally, I think this cost, no joke, because you get a lot of bag for your buck, I think it was £1,000 or maybe 1,100, but I think it was 1,000. I think it was literally like, yeah, 1,000 like flat. Like, yeah, maybe even marginally less, like 950. It was, I should dig up the receipt and try and find it, but it was like an incredible price. And like I said, you get a lot of bang for your money here. I like the navy blue. I think, not the navy blue, the kind of the electric blue. I think it's kind of cool and glam rocky. It fits a lot in. It is quite heavy because of the chain strap, but I still think it's just like a cool bag, and it was an incredible price. And actually, the day I got it, I met up with a friend who loves Chanel, and she was like, show me your bag, I need to talk to you about your bag. And I was like, oh my god, I literally just picked this up. And she was like, that's an incredible price, do you want to sell it to me? And she was like, literally, as soon as you're done, let me know, I will buy it off you. Which I thought was really funny and kind of like made me feel much better about it, because I was like, oh god, what have I done? It's very bright, it's very blue, there's a tiny fly, it's very flashy, it's very metallic. There's just a lot going on that's very flashy with this bag. So it was kind of nice, because it was like, I met up with her, she was like, I will buy it off you today. And I was like, let me enjoy it, but you know, if I want to sell it, I will sell it to you. And then I went home and I actually found the exact same handbag on Vestiaire Collective, and I think it was like 1,800. And then they also had a purple version that wasn't as good that was also around 1,800. So I was instantly like, wow, I could put this on Vestiaire Collective like today and turn a profit, which was crazy. So like I didn't buy it to turn a profit, but it's just nice to know it's a good investment, and I really did get it for an incredible price. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it for just under 1,000. That's kind of what's ringing the most bells to me, but I will try and look for my invoice and let you know. But yeah, I think it's a great bag. I don't use it that much. I should use it more. It is more of a summer bag than a winter bag, and obviously last summer I didn't really use any bags because of lockdown. When did I get this bag? I don't know. I don't think I've had it that long, but maybe 2-3 years ago. I think probably nearer to 3 years ago. But like I say, it's a summer bag. I missed out using it last summer because of the big C. But yeah, I think it's a really cool bag, and like £1,000, I'm like, holy moly, what an investment. Yeah, didn't I do well? Anyway, that is it. I think that is my vintage. Anyway, that is it. That is my vintage Chanel handbag collection. That is everything I paid for them. I think they're all great prices. Like, I think I did good. Yeah, my favorites are probably the Deauville tote bag. I love it. My best bargain. Oh, what is my best bargain? My best bargain could be this one. I think this was incredible for £1,000. But I also think this blue one was like an incredible bargain. And then actually, do you know what? The reissue bag was also an incredible bargain. I mean, let's be honest, Chanel Preloved, incredible bargains all around. Oh, my favourite place is to shop for Preloved Chanel, by the way. Vestiaire Collective, always incredible. I've got a refer a friend code below. The Real Real, I stalk the Real Real a lot. They have a lot of incredible Chanel. And if you use the code REAL, you get 20% off everything, which is incredible. I love Bonhams and Chiswick auctions. What can I say? I think they're really good. The only problem is you do have to watch out for the price, because the bid price is not the price that you pay at the end, because you do have buyer fees and buyer premiums, I think they're called. I did write a blog post about it which kind of explained it. But basically whatever price you see and whatever price you bid, expect to pay about 20 to 25% more, because you do have to pay a hefty buyer's premium. I know that sounds a lot. I am aware, I'm aware of how much it sounds, but at the same time, it's like this like Chanel blue metallic bag was £1,000 with the buyer's premium. So actually I bought it for like 650 or something, or maybe a bit more, or 700. But then with the buyer's premium, it still came in under 1,000. Same with all of them, but like this, for instance, was more like, I don't know, 750. And then with the buyer's premium, it came out at £1,000. So even though it's like, whoa, 20 to 25% on top of the price, that seems like a lot. Like, no, it's actually not, because the prices are so low that even when you add the buyer's premium, it's still a great price. But just be aware of it, because you could be like, this is the cheapest place to buy Chanel in the world. And actually it is really cheap, but it's not as cheap as it seems. Where else do I like? I like Farfetch. They've got some great stock, but it's very expensive. Where else? The Real Real, Vestiaire Collective, Bonhams, Chiswick.